So you created an AI project that can do something in a way that's never been done before, but no one cares. Why? This is the reality of thousands of developers and entrepreneurs. 42% of startups die for one simple reason: there is no market need. So they build something nobody wanted to buy. So there are several good reasons why people not willing to use your product, but I'll show you the exact ways how to avoid the biggest one when you solve a wrong problem. So here's the framework to follow before you write a single line of code. Forget being a builder for a minute. So your first job is to be a detective. Your mission is to uncover the hidden, expensive pains inside a business or an industry. Start by mapping out processes. Where are the bottlenecks? Just go talk to people, ask them, what's the most frustrating part of your day? But sometimes, to ask users questions is not enough, because they might not realize at all there is a possible solution to their problem, and also they might not realize problem even exists. Okay, so we are running the business, which is the niche ERP for grain traders. So it's pretty boring thing for them, and people was wasting enough time entering data manually into this ERP. They were unhappy, so the problem was frustrating, but they didn't even know there could be any kind of solution, because obviously they couldn't stop entering the data, because the data is crucial in their business to understand what's going on, to make decisions. So it was just endless, hopeless suffering for them, and our company as an ERP provider was the cause of it. So the pain here was too obvious for each person. It required 6+ hours a week, plus lots of human errors, to get rid of this data and put it to the ERP. So that gave us an idea that we need to build something, maybe with AI, maybe not, to help them. So we built a simple document parser. It extracts key fields automatically from the documents and populate it to the system. So no more copy paste, time saved, people more happy. But the problem was pretty boring, right? And solution is pretty simple. It's not really complicated. It's not mind-blowing. It's not rocket science at all. It didn't cost a fortune for us, but significantly made clients' life easier. By the way, here is the video how we did it practically. As in my example with this document extraction parser, people didn't even know there could be a way to avoid entering data to the ERP, right? I think the best way to identify the problem, to do this step one, is to not only talk to customer, but to start mapping out their processes and to see where these processes are overlapping, or where these processes are ineffective, or where these processes are taking too much time and too much attention from the people, and which of these processes are the most boring and the most time consuming, and those who might contain a lot of human errors. Step number two, quantify the pain. So now it's time to put the price tag on the pain. A problem isn't a real business opportunity until you can measure how much it costs, how much money is company losing because of this inefficiency. So if you can solve it, what's the clear ROI, return on investment? So in our case, when we made a driver management bot, we had a clear problem from the customer. So in logistics, the pain was in the drivers who reported the load status to the coordination managers. Obviously, it's a repetitive task and it was very slow with a lot of human errors. Coordination managers, they were constantly burning out and leave the company. There are a long hiring process for these guys. Also, there are plenty of human errors that repeat constantly when drivers submit wrong information to the ERP regarding their load weight. So we quantified this mess and figured out how much exactly it costs for the company and how much we are going to save them, which meant how much they are going to pay us. So dozens of micro tasks causing delays and burnout, cost of hiring, all the things you can imagine, it was pricey for the customer. The next step is analyze the existing landscape of solutions. So before you commit to building a complex AI solution, ask one brutally honest question: is there a simpler way to fix it? A lot of time, problem can be solved with just a change in processes or better training or simple off-the-shelf tool. So why building a custom AI to solve a problem that a simple Google Sheet can handle without any innovation? It's just over-engineering. You don't want that. So if you're building AI project, it needs to offer a 5, 10x improvement over whatever people are doing now, not just a tiny change. As an example, our CRM update bot, so our clients, traders, they weren't logging updates because it was boring, and they don't have time for that. As a result, in the long term, managers had no idea what's going on, and we made a simple bot that extracts data from the voice and proposes CRM updates. So the thing is, we didn't even build an AI agent for this task, just a simple N8N workflow. It was connected to the database and one simple standard OpenAI node for voice recognition. So it's pretty easy. So as you can see, these examples are simple. It's not coincidence. Whatever you do, don't try to build up a huge do-it-all system from the start. That's a classic recipe for slow and expensive failure. Instead, build the smallest possible version of your solution that can solve one piece of the problem for a small group of users. So that's your test run. Get into the real world, get constant feedback, and improve it over and over. So in our example, each of the mentioned solutions, we started with the test on one or maximum two counterparties to start small, and learn very fast from them to get this feedback. So the goal was not to create a perfect solution. It was about learning. So believe me, the solution that you will show your first customers will be complete shit, and it will never be the one that your later customers will see. The next step is to measure these results and improve. So once your test is running, go back to the numbers. Feedback from the customers, it's not enough, because people, they used to say, oh, it's fine, okay, yeah, wow, that's a pretty good solution, you did a great job. But in reality, it might mean nothing, and they will never use it after that. They just being polite to you. So that's why it's really important to get back to numbers. So did those 40 hours of weekly data entry really drop to 5 or 10? So you have to track these numbers closely despite of users' feedback. So this is how you prove to yourself, to the customers, it was worth of time and money. Only when we measured and understood it actually works for one client, we decided to push it for others and deliver it to the market. So now I'm following this framework with every new initiative that we have. So identifying the boring but yet very important problem for the customer, quantify it if it really exists, or he's just complaining about nothing, or he just feeling that way. Scouting for possible solutions, maybe not AI, maybe it is AI, maybe it's some development in our own service, etc. Then we start small and building really simple flow that will be testable, that will be understandable to the end customer, and the one that will solve one real problem, not many at the time. Then test it on the small bunch of customers receiving feedback from them. Then get back to numbers and measure if we have the desired result from this test, and then scale it. That's it. So when you start with this problem first mindset, the world starts to look different. You stop seeing technology and start seeing opportunities. So your technical brilliance isn't enough. Your passion for AI isn't enough. The market doesn't reward brilliance for its own sake. It rewards solutions to painful problems. So before building anything, just get out to the world, ask people, and solve the painful and yet expensive problems that frustrate users. And that's how you will get paid. So if this was helpful, do me a favor and watch some another videos on my channel. I'm showing practical workflows that work in my business. And now I want to hear from you, what is the real painful problem in your industry that you think AI is perfectly suited for to solve? Drop in the comments below, and thanks for watching.